Today we are going to discuss about the inheritance concept in C++ programming. Okay, so first already in the OOPS concepts we learned what is meant by inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but a parent class features gets inherited to child class. Already we have seen the programs which are related to classes and objects. Consider in one class I have addition program, in one class I have subtraction program. So in the subtraction class program I want to add some other two number. So instead of writing addition function again in the second class, we inherit the addition function from first class. This concept we call it as a inheritance. Like in a real world example, parents features are gets inherited to their child. That means child have their own features as well as their parent features also they get. That means maybe attitude or talking style or any walking style or skin color, so that's something like that. So parents features gets inherited to child's. Similarly, parent classes functions and data members can be inherited to child classes so that we can have reusability of code. So this is a main feature of the inheritance in C++. Next, first we see the what is mean by inheritance. That only, if till now whatever I explained, that only here we have. It is one of the most important concept. It is a concept of deriving a new class from existing class. New class we call it as a child class, as well as, and the parent class we call it as a base class, right? So new class, whatever the new class we are deriving, that we call it as a subclass or child class. Existing class from which we are inheriting the features, that we call it as a parent class or base class or super class. We can call any option. Now child classes have own features along with the parent features. That means this is main concept of inheritance is reusability. A class can inherit the features or properties from more than one class also. That means not only a relation between one class and other class, we can have the features from both the classes. For example, child may have some features of his father and his mother. That means child have features of his father as well as his mother. That means two classes features are gets inherited to child class. This also we can do in the inheritance. Now we have different types of inheritance. First one is single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. In C++, except this multiple inheritance, all will work. So this multiple inheritance will not allowed in C++. Why I will tell you later. Remaining all four inheritance will be worked in the C++. Now first we go with the single inheritance concept. Now in single inheritance, a single inheritance is a class is allowed to inherit from only one class. That means one subclass is inherited from only one base class. Here a child class is there and a parent class is there. So this child class is inheriting from only one parent class. So this we call it as a single inheritance. So here how to write the single inheritance? Class, subclass name, that means child class name. Here my child class name is B. Here my child class name is A. Class, subclass, colon, access mode, that means public, private, protected. According to your situation, you may use public, private and protected, and base class name and the features of the child class. That means what? Here B can have own features as well as the features of A. If you see the simple program on single inheritance, you will be clear with that. Now we see the program first on the single inheritance, then we go for the next concept. Now I'll share the C++ editor. already I have written the programs. Here we have one class base public. In this we have only one function, that is display one function, and I am closing the base class. Next I am creating a class child colon access specifier is public base class. So the parent class name is base. Next public void display2, I am child display function and I am closing the class. That means I have base class and I have child class. Now base class gets inherited to child class. Now I am void main. Now in this inheritance concept, at the last child class only have the object. No need of creating the object for the base class as well as for the child class. Why? Because already base class is inherited to child class. So your child class all the features of base classes and its own features. So overall functionality of the program will be in now child class only. So we should create the object for the child class so that we can call the functions of child class as well as the functions of the base class also. So I am creating the object for the child class and I am clearing the screen. I am calling the function with the object of child class of class 1, and class 2 function, that means derived class function, I am calling with the object of the base class, derived class only. So compile the program and I am running the program. So I am parent display function, I am child display function. Now try to trace the program. I am pressing F7. So always execution starts from F7 only. Main function only. Clear the previous screen. Now we are creating the display one function of parent class from the with the object of the child class. Now display function of the base class is executed. Now control calls the display 2 function of the child class with the child object only. That means now we are not creating the object for the base class. Even though without object of this base class, the display one function is executed with the help of the child class object. This we call it as a single inheritance. Clear? Next we see the multi-level inheritance. Now next we see multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is nothing but, first I will show you the multi-level, at the last I will show you multiple. Multi-level inheritance is nothing but, here we have a class A and we have a class B. That means A class inherited to B, right? Now we have the functionalities over. Now the class C is inheriting which class? Class B. That means A gets inherited to B, B gets inherited to C. So it is the inheritance concept that is level by level. So this concept we call it as a multi-level inheritance. So here to which class we create the object? So to the class C, if you create an object, we can access B and we can access C class functions, but we cannot access A. Why? Because this is not directly related to the class C. Here class B is derived from base class A and class C is derived from derived class B. So this we call it as a multi-level inheritance. Next we see hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical is nothing but it combines a multi-inheritance and single inheritance, and all inheritance combined we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. See here, if more than one class is inherited from the base class is known as hierarchical inheritance. In hierarchical inheritance, all the features that are common in child classes are included in the base class. For example, physics, chemistry, biology are derived from science class. Okay, so if you say science class, what we say? Normally physics also science, chemistry also science, biology also science. Now syntax, how to write the hierarchical inheritance. Class base, and I am closing the class. Now class first derived. Now public base class. Class second derived public base class. Class third derived public base class. That means one base class is going to inheritance for class derived 1, class derived 2, class derived 3. That means 3 child classes are there, one base class is there. So this concept we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. Now I will show you the last concept, multiple inheritance. I will show you the programs at the end of this. Now multiple inheritance means what? Here base class 1, base class 2. So this derived class is going to take the features of base class 1, base class 2. That means this is considered son. This class is considered as a son. So the base class is considered as a father. This base class 2 considered as a mother. So the son gets the features from father and from his mother also. So this we call it as a multiple inheritance. Clear? Now we see the programs of multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and multi-level inheritance. Now we see hierarchical inheritance. We see multi-level inheritance program we have. Now multi-level means what? A gets inherited to B, B gets inherited to C. Now here we have a class base. In this we have a display 1 function. Now I have a class child 1. So base is inherited to child 1. Now in this we have a function called display 2. Next we have child 2. And this child 1 gets inherited to child 1. That means base is inherited to child 1. The child 1 is inherited to child 2. Consider A is inherited to B, B is inherited to C. So this we call it as a multi-level inheritance. In this, so if you create the object for the last child class, so the remaining functionalities of the remaining classes will be executed. Now I am calling the display 1 function, display 2 function, display 3 function only with the last child class. Why? Because A gets inherited to B, B gets inherited to C. That means if you create the object for the C, you can access the functionalities of B, C and A also. Now compile the program. Completed. Now run the program. Now I am parent display function, I am child 1 display function, I am child 2 display function. Clear? So this is a multi-level program. Next we see hierarchical program. So hierarchical means what? One base class gets inherited to more than one child classes. Here we have a class A, here we have class B. Sorry, this is a hierarchical, this is a multiple inheritance. Now class C, public A and public B. That means one parent class, B also parent class. Now C is a child class. So father, mother, child. So this class gets inherited from parent A and parent B. So in parent A, I have the function of addition of two numbers, that is A comma M comma N, addition of M plus N. In parent B, I have subtraction, that means X minus Y. In the own child class, I have multiplication of A and B numbers. Now I create the object for the last C class so that the object of the remaining functions will be called with this last child class object only. Now I am compiling the program. Now run the program. So addition of two numbers is 30, subtraction of two numbers is 20, multiplication of two numbers is 24. Now try to execute this program, that means try to trace the program. Now clear the print. Now object is which class object this obj is? This is the obj of the child class 3. That means this class C object is obj. But add is a functionality of A, subtraction is a functionality of B, multiplication is a functionality of C. But all these three functionalities are executed with what? With only one object. So that we call it as a multiple inheritance. Now add is executed. Why? Because we are calling the add function. Now the subtraction is executed. Now the class B is executing. Now multiplication, class C is executing. Now it clears the output. So this addition, subtraction and multiplication, and this program we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. Sorry, multiple inheritance. Hierarchical also same. Here what we are doing, class A is a parent, class B also can inherit class A, class C also can inherit class A. Clear? Now next I will show you some other program which is not allowed in C++, that is one base class gets inherited to two child classes, and that two child classes are combinedly get inherited to some other child class. So that is we call it as a multiple inheritance. That is not possible in C++. Actually the last one is we can also call it as hierarchical inheritance also. Not a problem in that. Now in this what I am having a class C1 in the display C1 function. Class C2 that is inherited from C1, display C2 function. Class C3 inherited from C1. So this C2, C3 both are inherited from C1. Now next I have a class C4. I have a class C4 that is inherited from C2 and C3. So what happens? So C1 is inherited through C1, C2, and C1 is also inherited through C3. That means you are writing C to C3 only. But what happens? In C2 we have features of C1 and C2. Here also we have features of C1 and C3. So for this class the features of C2, C3 and C1 two times the features are coming. So this class object gets an ambiguity that from which of the first class, that means which of the C1 to be considered, either from C2 or C3. That means here C2 have the features of C2, C1, and C3 has the features of C2 and C. Sorry for the disturbance. So C2 has the features of C2 and C1. C3 has the features of C3 and C1. That means C1 is getting double time. So here in this we get a ambiguity over here. Now compile the program. Now what you are getting? Member is ambiguous. So display one function from C1, display one function from C1. There is a ambiguous. So that means which display function should be executed through C2 or through C3. So this we call it as a multiple